Hey guys, welcome to Centre Bounce. Today we are talking about Carlton, Big J. Big
Mate,
discussion
they're
table.
called the Blues because all their fans are blue with anger. Mate, they're holding their breath for the team to do something all year. I think the first half of the season was okay, but mate, the
Yeah,
last 5 or 6 games, they Carl Tank is right, bro. They're gone tank, and
mate,
I think their tank's exploded because
mate.
one good win does not make a team and does not make a year.
No, no. Got one good win against the Suns at the MCG. It's very
Mhm.
hard to put your hat on that and be like, we're back, baby. I can see a lot of Carlton fans were sort of maybe we're calling beyond blue for depression because things were
Mhm.
really bad for their team, and it didn't. There wasn't many opportunities for Big Cripper to be flexing the big double the guns apart from on the weekend
You know
finally
that's an
gone
old
by.
photo because his shoulders aren't strapped, right? Like
Correct.
unless the Photoshop man came in and took some of them out. But yeah,
He wound back the clock on the weekend. Credit
yeah.
where credit is due. They did smash the Suns. But yeah, this is not just in a very short term. This is a mid-season review where we're talking about their whole season up
Mhm.
until today, which sees them sitting at 14th on the ladder with 5 wins, 8 losses, with a sub 100% percentage of 98.1. Their best performance was their last win on the weekend that went by against the Gold Coast Suns, where they had a terrific second
Mm.
quarter. But apart from that, there has not been much to sing home about a bottom four side, Big J.
Yeah, it's been a shocker, man. Like for a club that people thought, yep, pushing for finals, going to be doing really well. People always talk about the stats and the quality of players they've gone on that list. It's been terrible. I mean, I hate bashing Blue fans. They put in the views and they love their footy. That's why people turn up every week. But you guys deserve better. This team is not giving it to you,
Yeah, 100%. What have they been given in Big J?
mate. 10th for metrics, 13th for offense, which is crazy because their two key forwards are two Coleman medalists. Yes, their small forwards aren't great, their mediums aren't great, but you just kick it to the tall players. I mean, what 60 goals for Kerno, similar for Mackay. It's not good enough. Defensive rating of fifth, which is crazy because even Wiedering hasn't been playing that good recently. So 16th in coaches' votes, and then Kerno with 42 goals. I think he's leading the Coleman with the next player on about 40 goals. So he's been doing all right for them.
Oh mate, he's been covering, shouldering the load big time.
Mhm.
There was a lot of concerns about Big Harry Mackay being unable to kick a goal to save his life, going for snaps when he's like directly in front, not making the distance, etc. Like, and part of the reason why their offensive rating is so low is because they're relying on so few to get their goals kicked, and they're not spreading the love very well. As you mentioned, their smalls, like Motlop, for example, who comes to mind, had to be dropped and sent to the VFL because he's been really poor. They just haven't been putting him and Durden and Owies. They're just not, you know what I mean? They're just not doing their job.
Right. And that's why the team's what 14th on the ladder. So nothing else much to say about it. You spend so much on these players who don't play. You've got no money for good players anywhere else.
Yeah, fair enough. But we'll talk about someone who they have brought across, who they are paying good
Mm-hmm.
money, but they are getting something out of him, and that is
Yeah,
Adam Shearer. He has been a revelation for him since coming across from Frio. Yeah,
yeah. I mean, last year was a bit of a lackluster, but I think it was kind of just a settling in year.
yeah,
With a few of their players being out recently in that midfield, with no George Hewitt and other players, Cherry's really got to stand up. So above average in disposals, above average in contested possessions, really just kind of showing, hey, he's been playing a lot of mid. Above average for kicks and score involvements too. So playing the right kind of midfielder, I think that gone are the days of midfielders just being midfielders. And with that score involvements, like he's setting up goals. He's kind of shooting goals into that forward line, or at least giving the forwards enough chance to score behind.
yeah. It's a good thing that Unfortunately, the Carlton forwards are doing a lot more of the behinds and the goals at this
Well,
point. So it's a
it's
good
good
thing
for
that
their
you mentioned.
opposition, right?
Oh, 100% from a Supercoach perspective, all the kick-ins. But
Hmm.
he's been definitely doing a lot better than what his haircut would show here. That is an atrocious haircut. Holy moly, jeez! Someone needs to go over to Chera and be like, mate, let's get
Hey,
this
I thought
sorted.
Carlton players were supposed to look fancy, right? Hanging out in Carlton, you know, Lygon Street. What, they got no barbers down there, do they? It's all
Apparently
fancy
not.
restaurants. Yeah.
Apparently not. I know. We're scraping the bottom of the barrel here if we're criticizing someone's appearance. Let's instead focus on someone's actual performance as opposed
Someone
to the
with a good
appearance.
haircut.
Someone with a good haircut, it's not all about style. There needs to be substance. And Zach Fisher has not
Yeah.
been given the Carlton Football Club enough substance. He's a mature age player now. He shouldn't be
Hmm.
stuck in the VFL like what he currently is. He's not dishing up the performances that someone of his caliber is meant to be providing. His average
No.
in disposals, kicks, contested possessions. He's just a bang average player. And Zach Fisher is one who at his best is someone capable of turning a game. He's got a lot of X factor. He should not be bang average in all of these statistics and stuck in the VFL. He needs to be
Yeah.
putting pressure on the likes of Durden for his spot. He needs to be getting games ahead of Motlop. He needs to be getting games ahead of Owies. He's not doing that though. He's stuck in the VFL and Carlton. Their smalls have not been lifting. He is one who could, well, if he turns it around, be that outlet provider for him.
Yeah. I have a sneaky feeling he might be looking for change of scenery at the end of the year. So some clubs are going to be like, hey, I don't want you to play VFL. You don't want to play VFL. Let's make something happen with Carlton. So we know they're after picks. Fringe players like this, when they start
Yeah,
leaving your club, when they've got talent, you know you're kind of on the bottom.
yeah, 100%. So speaking of the bottom, we've given them one of the more bottom ratings for the year, haven't we?
Yeah, their first few games were really good. The fans were up and about, but 5 wins, 8 losses. I think it's really the last 8 or so games that have really kind of set this off. Yes, they've done all right against Gold Coast, but before that they were dreadful. You've got key forwards like Mackay who can't kick a goal. Even Kerno's missed a few. Players doing dodgy things, not even running. Yeah, it's a tough one, man. As we said at the start, you've got all these superstars or supposed superstars in your team. Why are you not doing better? As it says here, a little bit of pressure. Someone has a good couple of turnovers. The referee says, nah, free kick to the other team. Carlton's, it's the Titanic all over again. So, yeah, what can you do? Carlton fans, tell us in the comments, are we okay or are we, are we doing your team wrong?
Mate, we've put here for potential that
Yeah.
your season may be resurrected, but up until this point,
No,
it has
they're
been
done,
one
Joe.
of the
You might as well tank for the good draft pick. If you get like a 9th or a 10th on the ladder again and end up with like a pick in the teens or a pick around 9 or 10th on in the draft order, it doesn't help because you can get a maybe player, you can get a somebody, but yeah, it's not what they need. They need talent or they need to offload some players and do it much better. They'd have some guys worth some money, worth some capital. You've just got to be gutsy to be able to do it.
just do better. That
Just do
that
better.
line there, that
Yeah.
might be the single line that probably unanimously the entire Carlton fan base can get behind. And guys, let us know in the comments down below if you want us to do better with these reviews. I think we're doing a pretty decent job, especially in relation to your Carlton Blues Carlton
Yeah.
fans. We're trying to be as objective as we can about this. No rose tinted glasses here. Let us know in the comments down below your feedback and stay tuned for all of the other reviews that we're doing.
Yeah. And I think we've done pretty well of being able to mirror kind of how the fans are feeling as well. So you guys are not happy. That means we're not happy about the Carlton Blues. Remember, guys, here at the Centre Bounce, we do the hard work so you don't have to. Bye for now.